Hey guys, welcome to Vlogmas Day 11. Now, before you judge me by the title of this video, hear me out, hear me out. It's not what it appears to sound like. It's not what it appears to sound like. I'm just gonna start from not the beginning, but what happened, okay? This is what happened. So what happened was, it just became a lot. So last year I started, so I think I touched on a story like earlier in Vlogmas where I said that I quit the job that I was working at because it was close to my school and a pandemic started and yada yada yada. But what really happened was I found out that I was actually making minimum wage, under minimum wage at my job. Like I never had any real money, so I thought that job that I had, I was making some big bucks. But when I found out that I could make more money working on my own or by myself, I was like, dang. Like the first week that I actually did DoorDash, I racked in so much money, like I was feeling myself. So I had wound up leaving my job and doing that. And then while I was doing DoorDash last year, I met some people during one of my trips, and they had told me how when you work with Instacart, you make probably what you would make with DoorDash in a day, you will make the same amount of money with Instacart in an hour. So I was like, let me see what Instacart got to offer, right? One more disclaimer, okay? This was what I was thinking before I really got into it. So let's say, what's the dates on this? Like literally the entire 2020, that's what I was doing. So from like January, yes, from January to like March, I was just, from December of 2019 to like March, or was it, yeah, from March to 2020, I only was doing DoorDash. I was like, I should have been on one of them advertisements they keep on drawing me with on TikTok. Like I was just doing DoorDash. I stopped working anywhere else. That was my only source of income. And yeah, it was pretty cool. It was pretty nice. The money was nice. I was making more than I made at my job in about like 2 days. But then it's like the wear and tear on your car. No, like it wasn't worth it to me. I was like, I have to find something different. So when I found Instacart, I was like, wow, I can make all this money. Let me tell you where the problem came, okay? The problem came because it's like the amount of effort you have to put in for Instacart, the amount of like, people just overdo it all the time and they barely tip. So like when somebody like have an order for like 40 items and up, and they don't really tip, you might have like a 3-person order. So that means like you have to do 3 chips in one. So instead of worrying about one person's order, you have to worry about 3 other people's order. So just imagine, right? You push in 3 carts through a market. I don't even like grocery shopping for myself. So when that became my only source of income, me having to like do grocery shopping, like people actually go through the whole shopping list, 3 people at once, it kind of drove me a little bit crazy. Now I was fine during the cooler months, it wasn't that hot, it wasn't hot outside, I could stay regulated and I was good. I was like, okay, I'm gonna just do this, go by slow, maybe do a couple orders a day and stuff like that. But then I was just like, okay, I started getting tired. I started getting really tired. People was irky, like, oh my gosh, it'd be the broke people. It'd be the people that don't tip, maybe trying to get like 4 or 6 different items, that just want the whole world. And then once you get their order, they start adding stuff on at the last minute and keep calling you. And then not even that, it's the people that are broke that that just bother you the most. And it's just too much. Another thing is, I feel like I just was taking on too much. I was taking on way too much. But it was good. I was like, I'm still making more money than I made at the job I was working at. I'm just going to ride it out until I find a new position, right? So I just started applying for other jobs. I was like, because this ain't gonna work, this is not gonna work. I just started applying for other jobs. And then my family was like, they wanted to go to the DR to get surgery, and I had the money. I had like money saved, but I was like, okay, by the time I get back from the DR, I should have a job, because I had interviews lined up. Now mind you, at this time it's around like March. So I said, like, I had like 3 interviews lined up, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure they're shooing. I was like, okay, so I went ahead and got my surgery. So when I came back, I got the news that the interviews were being pushed. The interviews were being pushed like 2 weeks. So that meant that I'm hurting. I just had surgery and there's no source of income because I cannot do no Instacart, no DoorDash. I can't do any of that. I just got surgery, and why would I want to do that? Like I'm a bad bitch now. I don't want to do any more DoorDash and Instacart. So yeah, so I wound up taking 2 weeks off or whatever and just healing for my surgery. I didn't do any type of like Instacart, any type of DoorDash or nothing. Even though that was easy money, I was like, I can't be doing that, like lifting people's stuff. I'm not doing that. So then I actually got one of the interviews from the jobs that I was looking at, and they told me the price that they were willing to pay me an hour, and they weren't willing to, like, you know, negotiate. So I wound up not taking that job. So boom, now I don't have a job, and now I have to like keep going with this Instacart and this DoorDash stuff until I get another job. Now mind you, I didn't have to do that because I had cash saved at home, you know, that I saved over a couple of months just in my closet somewhere. So I think it was like 3 to 4 weeks after my surgery. I started off slow. I started off like just doing a couple orders a day. A couple orders. And then I just got so lazy, y'all. I got so lazy. I stopped doing DoorDash for a while because I'm like, if I'm gonna like, if I have to do this after my surgery, I might as well like do the job that gets me the most money. So I was doing Instacart, and when I tell you that was like the hardest time I ever had in my life. But I would not stop. The money I had saved up, that wasn't for me to sit around and use to pay all my bills. That money was for me to get the hell out of Baltimore. And I was not spending that because I know them hard times was not lasting. And although things did not work out the way I need them to work out, I was like, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. So I was still applying for my jobs. I did not like the jobs I didn't like the jobs that I received interviews for. I was like, because if I'm making less money and I'm just sitting here, even though I just had my surgery, I should be sitting down. I'm not sitting down for less. You got me effed up all the way, right? So then I started to get a little bit lazy because if you watch my other video, I talked about how I just sat down it was just this July, by the way, like probably 3 months after my surgery. So I sat down and I sat down and I started to apply for jobs seriously. And then so I had got like I started applying for jobs, and I found the job that, you know, that was kind of suitable for me. It was like from an insurance company. It was more suitable than anything else that I saw. So I went ahead and applied. But then you know how it's like a waiting period from the time that you apply and then you're interviewing and all that, and I was like, well, I can't sit down. So I don't know what I was thinking, but even though I was tired this week, I was tired that week, I still decided to do both Instacart and DoorDash because I was like, you know what, I have to be done with this soon. I'm gonna just stack up my money and I'm gonna quit. It did not happen the way that I thought it was about to happen, right? So this is what happened. So I set a goal to make $2,000, right? I set a goal to make $2,000 off of Instacart, and I said I was gonna quit. $2,000 in the 2 weeks. So in order for me to do that in the area, I would have to like drive 40 minutes away from my house, and I did that with no problem, because for one, I did not like doing Instacart in Baltimore City. I would rather drive all the way out, like Arundel Mills or what's the other, Annapolis, and you know, I'd rather go all the way out there before I sit up here in Instacart in Baltimore City. I wasn't doing it. So you gotta calculate that time, that effort that it took to drive all the way out there, right? And then I'm outside from 7 a.m. Mind you, I'm outside from 7 a.m. to basically 7 p.m. I stopped just before it turns like pitch black outside. So at this point, by 3 o'clock p.m., I'm already tired. I'm already ready to go back, but I'm like, it's like something in me that like once I set a goal, that's law. I don't want to back away from that goal. I don't want to do nothing else but reach that goal. If I go home without reaching that goal, I'm just pissed to the next day, because I'm gonna feel like I have to outdo myself from yesterday. So just keep that in mind, right? Keep that in mind. So I did this for like 4 days straight, me just going out and, you know, coming back like dark outside. That's like a 12-hour shift for real, right? I'm just miserable at this point. Boy. So by Thursday, at this point, I am just tired. I am exhausted. So I decided to, instead of going all the way out in Annapolis, I decided to take my business and go out to Dundalk. I don't know if you're familiar with Maryland or Baltimore or whatever, you know the areas I'm talking about. I guess this day, this particular day, the app was acting funky, and it's been acting funky the whole day, but I'm like, I'm not really allow this app to keep me from making this money. So I had about probably 7 orders in total that day, and each order would probably take me like an hour and a half, 2 hours to actually fulfill. So what happened? So I'm all the way out Dundalk, which is like an hour and a half away from my house. And the dumbest thing that I could have done was not calculate the distance from my house to the store, because I like committed to going to the store before I even like realized how far it was. And then to find out that if I was to like deny the shift again, decline the order, it will give me one more strike, and I couldn't handle that, because I'm very well known for refusing orders there's no point, there's no value to it. If I'm spending more time going to get to the store and that's all that's gas I'm wasting, it was no point for me to even attempt it. But I said, you know what, I don't want this to be my reason that I can't use this resource anymore, just in case in the future I might need it. I should have just stayed home. But anyway, I drive all the way out there, right? And I had a 3-part order, so 3 people that I had to deliver to, and it's crazy. It was crazy. Everybody lived at least 20 minutes apart, but I did not know that. So it took me a minute to get over there, and then I fulfilled everybody's orders, and I thought everything was fine. Bro. So I delivered the orders, and I took the pictures, and I'm thinking, okay, today is better. I had a full night's sleep. Today's better. Tell me why I get a message probably like 20 minutes later as I'm going to the next house talking about some, hey, I think you delivered the wrong order, Now mind you, I'm looking at my stuff like, no I didn't. Like, this is how I do things. The biggest order always goes in the trunk. The medium sized order always goes in the middle, like, you know, where the seats are. And then the smallest orders always go like in the front seat, the passenger side seat with me. And usually the front, you know, I keep it like that. So I'm like, no ma'am, are you sure? You got the wrong order? And she was like, yes. I was like, okay, give me 1 second. So I get to the next house, and the people are actually outside. Now I'm being nice, the people are actually outside, and they look and they like, man, this is the wrong order. But I had already took the stuff out the car. Now mind you, I for sure lined everything up, and in the app, you know, it had like according to the order, what I did was correct. And I was like, you are sure? They was like, yeah, we're sure this is not our stuff. I said, okay, give me 1 second, I'm gonna roll back. So when I pulled like back, I drove all the way back out 20 minutes to go to the other lady's house, and I was just like, ma'am, are you certain this is, you know, your stuff? She had already taken it in the house, and I was just like, well, there's nothing I can do with that. You just gonna have to report it. So I just delivered the other order. The last order was correct. I just delivered it. I was just like, cause done longer so far, I just gave up. I was like, all right, cool, bet. So that was already a strike. That was already a strike, and I was just like, I drove all the way out here. Y'all just gonna have to take it. I still got paid for the order, because they definitely still took that food in the house. They definitely loved it. So I just let it be where it was at. So now this is Friday now. Next day, this is Friday. So I leave out, and the biggest orders are again out Dundalk. Now I really didn't want to go to Dundalk, but I did. So I went out to Dundalk, and I fulfilled a couple orders, and everything was fine. The app wasn't acting crazy. Everything was fine. I delivered those orders, and then my last order, I decided to do 2 orders that day. My last order was for what was it for? My last order was for Baltimore, like up the street from my house. Yeah, up the street from my house around was it Rogers Avenue. So I went to the order was for Aldi's. Now I hate the Aldi's on Cold Spring. I hate going to Aldi's. I really hate going into Aldi's. Like, it's just so desperate. I hate going into Aldi's. But I went to Aldi's, right? And I got the lady, she begged me. She was like, oh, can you please make sure everything is correct and things like that, because, you know, I gotta feed my kids and stuff. I had to feed my children. And I was just like, Yes, ma'am. I'll help you. I'll be happy to help you, assist you. Just let me know what you need. Like really like customer service skills on a zillion. Like really trying, you know, feeling good about myself. Really accomplishing some shit for the day. So let me tell you what happened, right? I'm so pissed. I was pissed for a while. I didn't want to see shit about Instacart for like a week. I was pissed, right? So this is what happened. So I delivered the lady stuff. I got everything she needed, even extra stuff. I said, is there anything else that you need? You know, anything else you can think of? Whatever. You know, I made some corrections, adjustments for her, just for her. Tell me why I delivered her stuff to her porch, right? And I took a picture. I took a picture of the porch. I said, like, ma'am, your stuff is delivered. I took a picture of everything, made sure everything was good. Even saw the lady. She was like this. You know how old people, they go like this to you when you driving away? Like, thank you. She did one of them. Tell me why I get a call from Instacart customer service talking about, ma'am, one of our customers said that you didn't deliver their food to them. Can you tell me what happened? I beg your pardon? I didn't deliver what? So now I'm talking to the man. I'm like, sir, I even have the pictures where I delivered her food. I even talked to her. I delivered her food. He was like, thank you so much. I'm gonna look into this. Now, I get another order. And I go, it's back at Aldi's. So no. This order's at Giants. This order was like probably 5 minutes away from the store I just left. I go to Giants and I'm already spending my gas getting over there because the Aldi's was closer to my house. So I'm already spending the gas to get to Giants. Tell me why I pull up into the parking lot and I try to press start batch and everything. And it's gonna tell me your account has been deactivated. Y'all couldn't tell me that when I was closer to my house? I didn't know whether to be pissed or feel like God was just telling me to elevate, because at that point I was just like, I was done. And when I tell you I was done, I was heated. I was so heated. So that was the end of my Instacart thing. Like, I did try to appeal it because I was just like, oh, maybe yesterday wasn't my fault, but today wasn't my fault. Yesterday I probably could have swatched the orders, but they were so far apart and it was done, dog, and that was y'all fault. Y'all need to fix your tech issues for y'all come at us. But today was not my fault. Today she just finessed. She finessed me, she finessed y'all. But Instacart don't really protect their workers. They don't really care. They just care about the customers. They just care about the customers. The workers, we were on our own. We independent workers. So I was just like, all right, whatever. So that was for Instacart. Now DoorDash, I decided to pick up DoorDash for the rest of the week, or you know, for the next 2 weeks. I was like, I might have to wait. So I was just doing DoorDash until, you know, I got my job. I just picked up a few hours because, again, like I said before, I was not spending my hard-earned cash that I had stocked away, because that was money I was getting the hell out of town. Like, I was like, that's my sacrifice for all this work. That money is going to take me up out of here. So yeah, I decided to do DoorDash or whatever. I decided to do DoorDash. And one thing about DoorDash, after making a whole bunch of money, it's not pennies that you make from DoorDash, but them pennies, they really, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I cried every day getting in my car. Let me tell y'all why. I cry every day. Because this is when the cicadas came out. This is when the cicadas came out, when I had to just do DoorDash. The cicadas was out. I am afraid of bugs, okay? They had to come out just when, like, I am just about to finish like doing this this food delivery stuff, and the cicadas out. So I had to really come outside and do like almost crashing my car. Like, they would hit your window. Oh my gosh, that was the worst. That was the low point. Y'all want to know why I go so hard now? Because I had to deal with cicadas last summer. I would never ever put myself in that position again. Like, I was too done, bro. Like, really having to deliver. The only reason the DoorDash was booming anyway was because the cicadas was outside. That's why. And like, I had to be that sacrifice. I had to. And then a lot of people that I delivered to, they were like in the woods. Like, I would drive out to like Towson. Like, one thing about me, I don't like delivering in Baltimore City because When I tried to, I even tried to do Uber Eats in downtown. That's where a lot of the orders was at. I saw a unresponsive body in the alleyway. And that was the last time I went out there. I was just like, okay, this is too much. So I would go out to like Towson during lunchtime, and I would also go out to maybe around my neighborhood like at night, because also that's where a lot of the orders were like bumping, like nighttime, maybe in the morning, but like lunchtime out there where all the professional people were, and then nighttime when everybody went their dinner. So that was just a different story. Early in the day, cause they was just singing, screaming in your ear, them little cicada things, like whoo. I remember one jumped on my back. I was really tussling by myself in that car, like, whoo, just me thinking about it. I am just so like, I just thank God that he brought me this far, because I thought that was the end of me. I thought that was my 13th reason, having to deliver while the cicadas was out. Like, my luck, like I would just, I can't believe it. Like I thought that was it. I thought it was never gonna get better, because I thought it was never gonna get better. So anyway, what happened? Okay, so I don't know if you're familiar with DoorDash, but like say if you get an order, right? No, not say if you get an order, because you can deny orders, but if you deny too many orders, you know that's gonna go bad on your account. So like they kept on showing me like $3 orders, $4 orders. I was not doing anything below 10, because for one, that's my gas in my car. I was not doing that. I wasn't doing that at all. Like, so to be honest, they should have been deactivated my account months ago, because I play with DoorDash like that. Like I will quickly decline a $3 order. Like, are you dumb? I don't care how close it is. So yeah, I would do DoorDash during lunchtime, because that's when they tip. So what happened? So yeah, nothing really big happened with DoorDash, right? But like I racked up a couple hundreds with them. Yeah, but one day I was like, that's the day that I decided to just stop working Instacart and DoorDash. I said, this is my last order. I said, life is better than this. I went to college for 4 years. Yeah, I'm not using that degree. No, I don't have an interest in working for anybody else. But guess what? This is not what I meant by working for myself. So I just stopped. I was like, all right, this is it. So y'all tell me why, if y'all watch my last couple of videos, I did say that I stopped working. That's my last time I was doing them order services, and I'm just gonna work on finding my next job. And once I spent the whole week just applying to jobs, I actually got an interview within the next 3 days, and I got that job by a couple days after that. Y'all tell me why I just opened up the DoorDash app for the heck of it, right? You know, just to see, like, you know, if it was busy or not with no intention of going out there, but I'm just like reflecting on my life and stuff. And tell me why my account was deactivated. My account was deactivated. Like, are they dumb? Like, it was because they had sent me notifications to, you know, they were like, oh, it's busy in this area, you should go dashing. So I opened the app just to see what they was talking about, and my account they baited me. My account was deactivated. I was just like, oh y'all dude, what was the last straw? When I declined that $2 order, they tried to play me. I was just like, that was just God telling me to sit my ass down, because if I was still depending on them apps, I probably wouldn't have a car right now. I don't know. But yeah, that's the end of how I got fired from both Instacart and DoorDash within the same week and a half. But yeah, so if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, comment, and yeah, today is Vlogmas Day 11. I'm sure I have one more day of vlogging tomorrow, so I'll catch you guys on the next video. And thank you if you've been watching since day one, because this is the first time I did Vlogmas, so I appreciate it. I'll catch you guys on the next video.
Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas.